that is an all-encapsulating retrospective of 2025 and our predictions for what we think happens next year. So the way I want to kind of break it down is I want to ask some questions, some big thematic questions, like a big picture review of 2025. And then we'll do a little bit of guessing into what we think happens in 2026. And then there's a specific like match of the year, wrestler of the year. And I want to go around and ask you guys who you think that is. And if you can give me some, explanation why you think that is the match, person, gimmick, worst gimmick, let me know. So I think I want to start with just the overall kind of like big three: WWE, AEW, TNA. And I mean, and arguably, I feel like I can include, let's just include them. CMLL, AAA, New Japan, if you're feeling spicy. In terms of overall quality this year, who do you feel like takes the top spot and who kind of fell behind, Chris?
I'm going to be the AEW mark today, so I'm going to have to say the quality on average, I would say I was more entertained by AEW this year than WWE. As far as emotional response, every time I watched an AEW pay-per-view and what I was doing as I was watching versus like a WWE pay-per-view, I would say AEW had a bigger impact on me personally. It's not just as a whole.
It's not just you saying it. Sports Illustrated says it too, apparently. So you're not the only one. David, what about you? What do you think? If you took a step back and the clock strikes midnight, it's 2026, then you're like, man, 2025, what a year for wrestling. I think, Stardom is the promotion of the year. Who's your
New Japan World paying off, baby?
Yeah, right. I'm about to resubscribe and forget it for another 5 months.
Let's go, Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
It's tough because if you say WWE, it's like 400 shows.
I don't mind if you give me a John Cena response either. Like if you want to be kind of nuanced, I don't mind.
What does it mean to be the color blue?
Yeah.
I think it's a reaction to AEW. I think when we zoom out and I think about 2025 and 2035, I might say WWE.
Mm-hmm.
But
so you're talking about a decade time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's focus. Yeah, let's focus on this year. I know it's kind of hard because, like you said, it's like WWE can technically be the promotion of the year every year if we look at ratings, attendance, relevancy, that kind of like stuff in the public eye. If someone thinks of like wrestling, of course WWE can potentially be the promotion of the year every year. But I think that there are so many different factors that go into consideration, and I think I'm gonna also say AEW.
Oh, we got him, Chris.
Damn.
I think I'm gonna say AEW because I also think that I got more. Fuck. It's so hard.
Nah, you can't go back now. It's too late.
No, you like Krabby Patties, Squidward.
I think I like AEW like this year more because I do think like even like shit like Double or Nothing, like just think about all the crazy shit that happened. Double or Nothing, like they had Let the Bodies Hit the Floor, like that Anarchy in the Arena shit.
I got that as a point.
Like Let the Bodies Hit the Floor like 5 times.
Play that shit. I had to rewatch it.
Yeah, like that kind of stuff, and like I mean I just love Tony Storm a lot, and I love the Mercedes Tony Storm stuff. I love that Mercedes went beyond. I think she went beyond Ultimo Dragon with the belt count. So like that's entertaining, and my constant critique is like some of the story beats, and let me be frank, like WWE and AEW had issues in terms of some story lines, like the MJF thing. Well, the John Cena thing, and I'll go to the John Cena thing in a second, but it's so hard. I'm
Flip
gonna
a
stick with
coin.
AEW. No, I'm just gonna stick with AEW. I'll just say AEW.
That's right. Wish I had a soundboard effect.
Every time. Uh,
Give out a fa. That'd be annoying. Get the brain rot in here.
all right, so let me give you the devil's advocate. So with WWE, there were a lot of things that I did like in a vacuum, like John Cena's heel turn, and I'll talk about that more later.
Triple A.
Things AAA like that,
Yeah.
like I know it might be recency bias, but I legit think that the PLE that just happened the day before was one of the best PLEs of the year. And I know it's AAA, but it's also 51% WWE stake, so I'm like kind of a WWE show. So
I mean, if we're talking about like promos acquiring another promo and giving them justice, I guess I would say WWE did AAA more justice than CMLL or anything like that.
okay, so they did acquire AAA this year, I think, right? It was this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
beginning
Okay.
of
Then I'm
the
gonna go
Mania.
with WWE. I'm gonna go with WWE. So
Ah.
okay. Okay. And you can call me a hypocrite, or I just gave a John Cena answer. I don't care. I'm just gonna say WWE. So they like think about all the things that happened too. So this is why it's so difficult, because I think in terms of pay-per-views, I think AEW had the best pay-per-views this year. But I think if I'm talking about promotion work, and I have to include everything, like literally the Netflix debut happened this year. Do you remember that? That the Netflix debut happened this year. I know so much happened.
Damn.
And
Forgot about that.
they had the ESPN debut, of course. They had Penta
20
show
ads
up.
a set.
They had Ricky Starks show up. They had Blake Monroe show up. They had John Cena do his heel turn. They had the John Cena retirement tour. I mean, like that, like it or hate it, there was still the John Cena retirement tour. They had AJ Lee show up. I don't know. Yes, the price gouging and the expensive tickets suck. I agree
Boo.
with that. I agree with that. And, you know, I of course would want to pay for cheaper tickets, but I understand like the other side of it is like people are still paying for these fucking tickets. So stop paying for these tickets and maybe they will charge less. So like there's two sides to that, you know, and I know I'm being maybe political with my response, but
He turned and then he turned again. And
yeah,
then he turned again.
and I think, and honestly, AEW had the best pay per views, but I think Evolution might be one of my favorite pay per views this year, and I will go to that category later. But like, just trying to insert everything into my decision, like the Trinity Naomi thing, man. So I'm gonna go with WWE for this, just to spice it up a bit. Two AEWs. One WWE, and I was kind of AEW, so AEW,
He
of
turned
course.
and then he turned again.
Congrats, yeah.
To that I say though, just real quick, like the moments were cool. That initial hit, like once you hit the drug
Yes.
once, like those were awesome. But there was like, yeah, just catatonic, just mouth open. But like the consistency of like the week to week shows, I think just did not allow those things to live up to that initial hype, and that's kind of how I
Sure.
felt about the John Cena stuff. But anyways,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like we were fantasy booking that stuff. Like John Cena and The Rock are going to be doing like, you know, a 2025 power trip, you know, thing like Vince Austin. That didn't happen, and of course, like learning later on, like we legit, like it was literally just to boost Elimination Chamber numbers, and like I think that's what disappointed me. And again, we'll go after WrestleMania main event, all that kind of stuff. Like, what happened to like the long term planning and booking? Like, there was that whole concept and the thing that we're like, let them cook, like for WrestleMania 40, and a lot of it did pay off. And then this year, there were so many interesting choices, right? When it came to some of the booking decisions. But again, I'm still gonna give it to WWE because I could say the same thing for some things in AEW. Like I said, with the Death Riders, and they got better in the second half of the year, or you know, the weird MJF promo with Jeff Jarrett, or you know, all that fun stuff. So yes, WWE. All right. Let me go off to the next part. So there's some like big picture stuff I want your guys like insight on. Now that we're in December and we've had some time to think about it a little bit, and John Cena just recently tapped out to Gunther. If you guys remember, we talked about what we want the perfect ending to be. And now that it's been like, what, a week and a half, 2 weeks or so after John Cena tapped out, I think it's been just a week actually. Um, David, what do you think? What do you think of that ending? Him smiling, like he accepted his fate and kind of like tapped out like this, and then that was it. And then people walked out. Triple H came out and they started booing the shit out of him. What did you think of the ending for John Cena?
Thought it was good.
Why?
Gunther won.
You liked it because Gunther won?
Well, Gunther won. Like he tapped. Like who cares if he smiled? Like he hasn't tapped in so long. Like that's a guy.
Yeah.
That's a guy smiling because he got on his way out. And then like booing Triple H, it's like good. He got you. That's what he wanted. When was the last time a Booker had heat like that?
Yeah. And again, it's like they act like Cena had like no like say in his last match ever. I
He was, like,
honestly
hostage.
highly doubt it. And like,
Yeah, like-
did you guys see the Cody Rhodes like Cena like podcast?
I saw like half of it.
Parts
Yeah,
of
I
it.
mean, like it honestly felt like he was explaining it, and it didn't sound like a man who was like had his hands tied. And I don't know if that's just how John Cena is all the time, but some people think he just always dances around the question and just kind of gives like a pretty political answer. So of course, like one of the top comments on that was like, two politician type wrestlers just kind of dancing around the subjects instead of giving direct answers to the questions. But I think that's just kind of how John Cena is as a person, though. Honestly, I do think like he's kind of like I'm grateful for everything, and everything is an opportunity, and everything he looks at from a big picture, like philosophical perspective. Honestly, and I think a lot of people don't think that way. So when he responds in that way, they're like, "What do you mean? Why didn't you get pissed off? Or why didn't you want it? Like, oh, you went out on a high and all that kind of stuff." I mean, I don't know, Chris. What do you think? Or David, what do you think? You were about to say something. I want to hear what you had to say.
Like I don't really understand like this a lot of the like commentary towards like tradition and like old school, like trying to throw that out the window. Like those are people of their craft. Like if you look at Triple H, that's someone that's been there since the 90s.
Right.
And had to come up a really long way.
Right.
And even like what John Cena was saying, he was like, I got picked up because they didn't pick me up, WCW would have picked me up. Like, yeah, I got picked up in the middle of a territory war, and then I sat around because they knew I could sell seats at a little in a little, in that OVW setting.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if they're gonna pay it forward like that, like I think like the age of information is too young to speak on just like a lot of that type of stuff.
And again, I'm not opposed to like him like riding off in the sunset and like winning his final match.
Right.
I'm not opposed to that. Like yeah, exactly. Like you can do that. Of course, of course it'd be a feel good thing. I don't mind that either. But I feel like you can't always just have like the guy like we know he's gonna win because this is a retirement match. Like you don't want that like stereotype either. I think there has to be a nice balance. So if AEW wants to give Sting his like, and I'm sure Sting was also objecting to it, and then Tony Khan was like, no, I want you to win and all that kind of stuff. Great, that's fine. But
Yeah.
Triple H and John Cena, I'm sure, agreed that, the best thing is for John to lose and to lose to Gunther. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. And like the entire show was based around the future, and John Cena was always about giving forward. You know, like all the comments and stuff that I talked about, like with him being in the dungeon and Nettie's and TJ's dungeon, and I think is in Florida now because I think they're based out of Florida, so that's where the Dungeon 2.0 comes from. Like just giving the time to like offer feedback and stuff. Like he doesn't give a fuck if he won or lost in a match. Like it is predetermined, of course. It's like he loves the business and he just wants to give forward. And
Most
yeah.
most of the top of the card in like two different companies was basically have spent time like working out with John Cena. Like Mox was somebody that had worked out with John Cena when he was in NXT and FCW. Like Rollins, Roman, the Usos,
Yeah.
Big E, Cesaro, like Rusev, like all those dudes. So of course he was gonna lose on his way out.
Yeah. Yeah, and and again, like his explanation on the podcast, and also like on his face, it's like someone, and I think he also used this as a descriptor, like you are facing mortality, like your death, the death of your character, like this part of your life, and you're accepting your death. Like that was the face that he was basically making when he was tapping out. He was metaphorically seeing the light, accepting that my career is over, and that's why he smiled, and that's why he had the light tap. And of course, like everyone is going to give you the instant like reaction, and that's honestly great. Like everyone cared so much, like, and
No.
but that's the shitty part for me that I didn't like is that they were. Because like when you remember like when we were watching that match, I'm like, why are they booing
Right.
like all this? Like this man
They
just
just
retired.
got worked.
Give him the celebration. Like why is it now tainted with
And there
your
was just
fucking
like
booze?
awkward when everybody was just coming out of the ring, booing Cena. There,
Yeah, I'm
and
like,
then
what the fuck is
Cena's
going on?
kind of like awkwardly accepting these belts. It just kind of like fell off the rails towards that end. But for
Did
me,
anybody chant thank you?
They did
I think they
after
did
they
say
calmed
thank you,
down a
Cena.
bit. They did thank you Cena, and
Okay.
they did do that. So, but initially it was boo Cena, hug Triple H, boo, like, and then they chanted.
I
You
like
fucked
Cena
up.
or Triple H's laugh after he hugged him and he got a shot of his face and he's just like
Because he
laughing his ass
knew,
off.
he knew, he knew, he knew.
For me, I was fine with the ending. I think it just like the execution of it. I feel like the beat of the match. I feel it just kind of like ended on a weak spot. Like it just didn't
So
feel
you
like
didn't
there was
want
a
to
lot
just
of like high
tap out like
stakes.
this.
It was just the way he was like put into it and like how he kind of fought in and it just he fell into that the headlock again. I feel like it wasn't dramatic enough. I think there should have been a little bit more, just a little longer. Something else should have happened, to make him like his struggle face or something, and then do the smile or whatever. I think there could have been more of that. But yeah, I mean, like I think the finish was fine, but it was eh. But like I'm okay because that's what he wanted, and that's all that matters is that Cena wanted to go out that way, and it is what it is. Like, sorry, I guess, right? I can't be mad about that. I can't be mad about John Cena wanting to have it go this way, and the way this retirement tour has been. It's channeled what he wanted. So
Yeah, I mean, like this is the thing. Like he said that I think he was available for basically the whole year, and then they said that we only need him for what was it like 65 dates or something like that. It was something much shorter, 85. I don't know what it was, and I again I think I liked that it was so sporadic. Like I like a little more because there's sometimes it was like I'm having a match but there isn't any build up because I'm not on the show, so I understand that part. Maybe there was like an extra show here or there before or after the PLE to kind of like add some build up or additional perspective from John Cena for the match that he's about to do and justify it. So that was a bit of a problem. So I didn't need him the entire year, but maybe a little bit more. But I didn't think he needed to be there the entire year because again, WWE still needs to build other stars. They have so like think about how many wrestlers they have, like men's wrestlers, like all of these people. They need television time, And it can't just be the John Cena show for the entire year, even if it is his retirement tour. And it was a big focus this year, regardless of him having these many dates, right? So yeah, I didn't think it was that big of an issue. I was perfectly fine with the ending. Of course, I'd love to see him win and run off like right off into the sunset. But honestly, enjoyed when Gunther came out and then got booed the shit out of. And keep in mind, this was after they already recorded a previous episode of Monday Night Raw. So these people were already fucking tired, and then they had to basically experience another show and like the amount of heat that Gunther got in that opening thing was great. I think that worked. Now, if it's going to maintain itself, mate, like we'll see. I think when he met AJ Styles, I think that's the next person he's retiring. You know what? I want him to be the new legend killer, the person who retires all these people who are literally. I think they're all coming up in their retirement. AJ Styles, sorry, Brock Lesnar. Who else? Who else am I missing? There was another person, but like that's a maybe. But Randy Orton, I think, still has some time. Same with Rey Mysterio. CM Punk, I think, also still has some time. So like, but like that also like adds to his like legend status too. Is like, look at all these people that he retired: Goldberg, John Cena, AJ Styles, Brock Lesnar. I mean, that's a crazy resume right there. So I don't want to stay on this too long. So we'll move on to the next stuff. So there, like celebrity involvement, I think you can say for both AEW and WWE, everyone likes to use celebrities because it's like, hey, we're relevant. Big Boom AJ is on our show, and they're doing the boom and doom, 5 big booms. WWE and TKO, of course, love the use of celebrities. We see them in the crowd all the time. The Netflix premiere was chock full of them. They made sure you knew. And of course, Logan Paul is a wrestler now, but I'd still consider him a celebrity. And of course, Travis Scott was involved in the first half of the year. And do you feel like, Chris, celebrity involvement has gone too far? Or I don't know. What do you think? What do you think of
people don't know what that means? You know what I'm talking about. Go back to 2008 to 2013, 14, where there was a host like every freaking Monday Night Raw. Like that's too far. Like that was too much. Bob Barker's ass on there. Freaking who else was on there? Pee Wee Herman.
Right.
I mean, on and on. So it hasn't gone far enough. No, I mean, I think it just needs to be tasteful. Like I personally think, and y'all can hate me all you want in the comments. I don't give a fuck. But Big Boom AJ, I think they're doing him like whatever that is, like to throw him into like as like a pre-show match. Like honestly, like that's entertaining. Like shit, that's You got
they sometimes have some of the best matches of the card, if we're being honest.
Yeah,
like the most entertaining.
Very entertaining. Get the Rizzler out there. Let's go.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
David, what do you think?
I think we're at a good level. I don't think it's overly done. I think both main promotions have a good idea of how much they want to use.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's done. Like, I don't ever think, like, unless it's like SummerSlam or something, like, no, sorry, Jelly Roll, but I'll pick on you. Yeah. But it's like stuff like that, maybe if a larger card, but it's like I can't remember that far back enough to think, oh, this deserved to be there instead of that.
Yeah. Like Snoop Dogg, though? Come on now. That was some quick thinking on Snoop.
That's a real worker.
But Snoop Dogg knows ball, though. Like, he understands wrestling.
He's got ball knowledge.
I mean, I think he helped, like, Mercedes, but like when she was Sasha Banks, like, he helped produce her song. So like there's a lineage to it. There's a love of it. There's a difference. So when you mentioned the Raw general manager like host stuff, half of those people were just there for a paycheck. Like they
Yeah.
didn't know what wrestling was. What was that? What was that one guy who would called it Summerfest or whatever the fuck it was instead of SummerSlam?
Hulk Hogan? No.
No, he was promoting.
Superdome.
He was the
Silver
guy
Dome.
from. I think it was the guy from The Hangover. I don't remember what he was promoting, but he called SummerSlam Summerfest. So like those kind of people are there for a paycheck, but like right now, the celebrity, like I think Travis Scott genuinely loves wrestling, but I don't know what the fuck happened. It was a combination of like it was a combination of creative power struggles.
His
And-
diet don't meet what it takes to be a wrestler, bro. It's okay.
Yes, I mean like that too. Like Travis Scott also, but like The Rock
Can't
also. I
smoke,
think there was
drinking, freaking do prescription drugs
and break Cody
and-
Rhodes'
and
eardrum.
do a freaking like Steamboat versus Savage. And you can't do that at 7:30, and when you're doing that at 6, unless you're Ric Flair.
Right.
Right. But like he likes it, of course. But I think again, like the crop of like celebrities that are involved right now, like oh my god, I just forgot his fucking name. Oh my god, Backlash, Puerto Rico,
Bad Bunny?
Bad Bunny. Thank you, Jesus Christ. But like people like Bad Bunny, like actually love wrestling. Timothy Chalamet, apparently he knows ball and he understands wrestling. David, you made that joke about PR guys giving him a bunch of niche bullet points to make him look like he knows what he's talking about, and maybe that's true. But if it
This
isn't,
guy
that is
knows
very
crap.
impressive. Yeah, like he knew Boogeyman's real name. I didn't know fucking Boogeyman's real name. And apparently, like he's younger than us, and he was basically saying like that specific era of wrestling, like 2006, 7. Like he was probably like maybe 8 or 9 around that time. I mean, that's still impressive. Like the stuff that he found interesting, I think is fascinating. So like that level of celebrity, that crop of celebrity that loves what they do. Bring them on. Yes, absolutely. I love it. Boy Meets World.
Topanga.
What's her face? Topanga. Bring it on. Vanessa Hudgens. Bring it on. Give me more
Nice.
Vanessa Hudgens.
Macaulay Culkin, bring him.
Macaulay Culkin. Give me more Macaulay Culkin. Give me a Jelly Roll. Of course, yeah. Like it was a 2-night SummerSlam. So okay, sure. Why not? Why not? Give me more Jelly Roll. I think celebrity involvement is fine, and it is what made WWE or wrestling successful is the celebrity wrestling crossover. So it's just as long as you have the right celebrity, the people who are invested, then it's fine. Otherwise, leave your Summerfest at the door. So I want to move on to 2026, and then I guess we can kind of jump into because I realized I always overdo topics and promotion stuff because I think we won't fill time, and we always fill time. So that's my bad.
I was reading that thing. I was like, damn, bro.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know,
Don't need
maybe
to
people
do
give
a
like short
freaking-
answers. Maybe I just need enough to like work with. So
I ain't working on my doctorates, bro.
so like I want to jump into like 2026 a little bit before we jump into like the awards. I'm going to skip all the rest of that stuff. And yeah, I guess I want to get some of your guys' perspectives of like, what do you think is going to happen? So we talked about Chris Jericho potentially returning in 2026, and his AEW contract is reportedly up at the end of this year. And we kind of talked a little bit about this in the past couple of episodes, but David, do you feel like it is an inevitability that he comes back to WWE, or maybe we'll see him in AEW again in some surprise appearance? Learning Tree 2.0, bigger, stronger, roots, better than ever. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm starting to think I'm gonna see him at World's End.
I was gonna say we're gonna hear
Yeah,
Judas,
right?
baby. Yep.
Yeah.
Gonna hear Judas Saturday
That
night.
would be fun. That would be fun on a different level. It's like we're not expecting him to come back, and then he just comes back for a full new feud. But that's what you think. You think he's coming back at to AEW in 2026?
World's End 2025, baby.
I want to talk about 2026. Is he so? He's coming back at World's End, and he's staying in AEW for the next year.
26.
All right. Chris, how about you? What do you think?
I'm half and half. I personally want to see Chris Jericho pop up at World's End, but I mean, it'd be also
'Cause you're
cool
gonna
to
be
see
there.
him. Yeah, obviously, we're biased here. Um, but seeing him at the Rumble would be cool too. But it's just like, what do you do with him? Is my question. It's like, okay, he shows up, but it's like, all right, well, what do you do with him on the stacked roster of people? Like, who do you put him with? Where with at least like in AEW, he could be put in a couple places because he was the first AEW champion and all this kind of stuff. So there's just more for him to chew on, I think, in that landscape. But like in WWE, like where do you put a guy like that? You know, in this current
He's
moment,
the masked man. Oh wait,
no
nope,
way.
Yeah,
too
a
late.
little too late for that.
Nope, can't be
Austin
the masked
Theory.
man.
So yeah, I mean that's a good question, and this is my predicament with this prediction because I think WWE would offer him a retirement story, and I don't think Chris Jericho is a personality that, at least in his current like life, I mean he's like 56, 55, that I feel like he could go like Sting and do it until he's like 65. I think he would honestly keep doing it.
I mean, he's in
So
good
like
shape.
for WWE to be like, hey, we're gonna let you come back, but we want you to retire, and this contract is for you to retire, and that's another person on Gunther's notch. That's another person he'll probably retire is Chris Jericho. So that's my hesitancy. Is I don't think Chris Jericho wants to retire next year, or maybe it'll be like a 2 year or 3 year arc. Maybe that's what it's going to be. He's going to show up, but they said in his contract you have to retire by like year 3 or 4.
I don't know if I want to see a face Jericho, to be honest.
There's no way he's going to be a heel when he comes back. I don't think so.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like he would have to do some kind of AEW thing, I think. But I don't
He'd
know.
have to
We'll
be
see.
the masked man.
The devil.
He'd have to be the other masked man. There's two.
Yeah, exactly. There were two people, if we're being honest. So who knows? Honestly, they have the they have the space to say that there was another masked man because you don't know who was doing what. So maybe,
It's like Grande Americanos, but masked men.
yeah, that's true. So the next like kind of speculation into next year. So Britt Baker has been kind of missing for a while now. And there's been some speculation that Britt Baker maybe is the next major AEW star to jump to a WWE. So what do you think? How likely is it that she shows up at the Rumble, or do you think that's a long shot?
I don't think that's a long shot. I think her relationship has been that bridge has been kind of burnt at AEW. I feel like there's some weird animosity with her and Tony Khan and just the way she was being booked and all that. Because I feel like she showed up and then she did her thing and then she just disappeared and with no trace. But
Yeah.
yeah,
David, what do you think? Britt Baker, Royal Rumble, what do you think?
I think she'll show up in something NXT related.
With Mariah May or Blake Monroe.
think she can keep her gimmick though. I mean, I feel like she'd have to.
She
I
could, but
think
it'll just be
You gotta
different.
ask Kane. She's gotta ask Kane.
Yeah, she's gonna be
She's gotta get,
something Yankum.
she's gotta get his blessing.
I mean, that'd be
Yeah.
hilarious.
That'd be kind of awesome if he showed up as Isaac Yankum and she
It was
was
just
also
like-
had her dentist.
He's like, yeah, I don't
Gimmick.
need these anymore.
I think that'd be kind of awesome. So now, as we go to 2026, this is going to be the post Cena era, and we're already seeing a little bit of this with some of the previews with like Javon Evans. I see is going to be big. He had a great match at the AAA show. Obafemi, honestly, I think like is gonna be massive too. Like that guy when he's on the microphone, I pick up what he's putting down. Honestly, like that guy has fucking aura. Like he's like what? He started NXT like 2 years ago.
Well,
Like, that's kind of crazy. Like the amount of
pay
shit.
attention in class.
Yeah,
I was
no
taking
kidding.
notes. He was like this.
That's crazy. Like that guy bleeds fucking aura. And that match with Cody Rhodes was great too. And I know that it's probably not the last of that feud. So that'd be great. So I mean, I guess who do you guys so Cena's gone, and that was like the whole kind of like focus of this year, really. Like if we think about it, like there were other feuds, but like that was like the thread line for a lot of WWE storytelling. So I mean, like what do you guys think in 2026? What's the focus? Is it like just Cody Rhodes continuing his run? Does Braun Breaker get his like breakout? He beats like CM Punk in the New Year Netflix show and just has a year long run. Breakout star. What do you think?
I mean, I think they should do something bold like that because they have to use younger talent. I think, but Cody, I think will keep his belt for a bit, but I think Punk will drop it to Braun Breaker. Mania, because when's Mania? April.
April.
It's in April, but they are facing each other for the world title on is it the first it's the first Raw in January. So
Yeah.
do you think he's dropping the belt to him?
Yeah, I could see it, and then maybe they'll play hot potato with it, but
Gives Punk a couple more reigns. Yeah, I could see that too. I could see him dropping the belt, maybe retaining in Chicago at Elimination Chamber, like they put the belt up for Elimination Chamber because it's in Chicago. Win it back and then lose it again in Vegas. I think that's a possibility. David, what do you think? Is he dropping the belt, or who's the big cheese in 2026?
big guy.
I think Drew McIntyre gonna get his way back to the top.
Man, I'd love that.
Yeah, I hope so.
You need the Axis powers with Gunther and Drew McIntyre. That's what we need.
I made some home invasion memes with like the Cody Drew stuff for the holidays this year, so look forward to that. I mean, it's probably out by the time we publish this, but I had some fun with that. But so you think Drew McIntyre is gonna be a big cheese next year?
Yeah, I think Breaker too.
I think so. I think Drew on SmackDown and Braun Breaker on Raw is gonna have a breakout year. No pun intended, Braun Breaker. But I do think like he's still in his 20s, right? Like he's gonna
Yeah.
he's
I
gonna
think
it's a
have
rough
great
20.
run.
I think I think LA Knight's gonna find a good way to like mix in with being like one of Breaker's like main rivals
Yeah,
and maybe even get the belt too.
cool.
I think 26 is when we get our LA Knight title run.
Sweet. All right, so this is definitely going to be a 2-hour podcast because now I want to get into the awards. The awards.
Lightning round. Nah.
Yeah, I mean we could if you like, but I would
No.
I would like an explanation though, like for your pick. I don't just want I pick this one. Okay,
yeah,
great.
yeah. I wrote some stuff.
Yeah. All right, so I mean, we have like some obvious ones, and then I have some more niche ones. So I think we'll start with like the big ones, and then kind of drill down a little bit. But let's start with male wrestler of the year. So I think there's a lot of contenders, and I think I'm going to go last every time. And I'm gonna start with, or you know what? I'm gonna alternate. I think what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna round robin, and someone's gonna go first every time. So, but I'll start with Chris. Who's your male wrestler of the year?
I'm gonna have to go with Hangman Adam Page.
Ooh,
Um,
why?
Because I feel like his feud. I mean, as far as like long term storytelling, like I feel like him specifically, his arc, him with Swerve, all that kind of stuff. You were just very invested into every match that they had, every interaction that they had, and then that initial payoff with him taking the belt off of John Moxley, which was a big crescendo, and it was a freaking awesome match. So yeah, now he's tying up with Joe. I guess we get to see that at World's End. Was it triple threat? I think. It's Joe
It's a
Swerve.
fatal four-way.
Oh,
Because
MJF.
MJF came
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's gonna be insane. So yeah, I mean he's just a lot of just like you want to see those matches. Like some Cody stuff, I was like, yeah, whatever. Like he's feuding with this person, but I feel like with Cody, like nothing felt like it was like high stakes. I was like, he's gonna have the belt on him. Like this doesn't feel like anything's gonna happen after this. It's just like for this specific pay per view or whatever, like WrestlePalooza or some bullshit like that. So yeah, I would say Hangman for male wrestler of the year.
Okay. David?
Dirty Dog.
Fuck. That was my pick too.
Fuck.
All right. Why did you pick Dominic Mysterio?
He beat John Cena.
Yeah.
The AAA title.
Belt.
And then he also has that IC title.
Yeah.
He's starting to spread on like the internet with like other things that involve being Mexican, for lack of a better way to elaborate.
Hey, viva la raza.
Like Chico's Toxico and all of them, and like even like a band made a song named after him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that just adds to my pick then. That wasn't even part of it, but that's awesome.
Yeah, so just like stuff like that, like I seen a couple like his meet and greets, and it's turning into where like little kids buy into the character. Like he's starting to get over with like the lying, cheating, stealing. Like it's not always like a boo fest when he comes out anymore.
Yeah. I agree with you. And so I'm going to tell you guys my nominations. So I had a list, and then I decided to go with Dominic Mysterio, but I also had Hangman Adam Page. I did have Cody Rhodes on there. I had Gunther because, of course, if you beat John Cena, I think you should probably be on there. But he's also had a very consistent year. He's had a consistent year of great matches, and I think I haven't decided yet, but I think one of my matches of the year is Gunther versus CM Punk at SummerSlam. So he's had a very, 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 very good year. So that's why he's on that list. Swerve Strickland I added on there. And honestly, like I was talking shit about like the Death Riders, but I think Jon Moxley has been a consistent force in AEW, and it's hard for me not to include him in this list because he's been such a constant. So I put Jon Moxley in there, but I'm going to pick Dominic Mysterio for all the reasons that David said. He had an amazing match at WrestleMania and won the Intercontinental Championship. He's also the AAA, like a different promotion, top of the totem pole.
Like their world champion.
Dog.
He is their world champion. He is. I mean, like first of all, like he's just so likable too. Like he's a likable asshole. I love everything he's doing with like the Eddie Guerrero thing, the deadbeat dad stuff.
He's our scumbag.
You see the news reporter that got thrown off by his dad comments because she didn't know he was in character.
Of
she
course.
was like, oh.
Someone who doesn't watch wrestling, I'm sure. So I mean, like that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, like I know some people like have some issues, maybe like his promo work. They don't think like he's like charismatic enough, but I feel like that's how Dominic Mysterio talks, and that kind of gives him his charm for me. Like he's not gonna be like an MJF or a CM Punk, but the way that he's talking is like Dominic Mysterio talking, and I don't know if I want him to change how he speaks. Like that's just Dominic Mysterio. So I like whatever he's doing right now. Keep going with what you're doing. And yeah, like you said, like he had so many great matches. He beat John Cena in his last PLE and also took his IC belt. So he retained it. So he's a 2-time IC champ now this year. Judgment Day, like he was leading the Judgment Day for a good chunk. And of course, Liv Morgan was really leading it. But like while she was gone, he was in charge of it. Yeah, I mean, like just an overall, like very entertaining, consistent, great matches. He's had so many like noteworthy wins this year, and like if I look in 2025, like that's the name that constantly sticks in my brain from month to month. So I got to give it to Dominic Mysterio. So congrats, Dom and Hangman for the Chi-Town Shoot male wrestler of the year.
Are we gonna make graphics for this?
Maybe we should, but like, what am I gonna say? Like, oh, we picked two people instead of like one person. You know, I
Everybody's
feel
a
like
winner.
you have to decide on one, or maybe we'll do like predictions thing where like we all picked one, but we'll
Yeah,
see.
right.
No winner.
So, all right, female wrestler of the year. All right, David, who's your female wrestler of the year?
Stephanie Vaquer.
Oh, shuck it, duck it, quack, quack. Why Stephanie? Why Stephanie Vaquer?
Yeah. 3 belts.
Three
Two
belts.
two at the same time. With the
Oh, you're
NXT
right.
titles and
You're right.
the
And then
women's title.
she won the world title. Yeah, that is a good point. And actually, she wasn't on my list. She should be.
You just made the list.
You just
she-
made the
she-
list.
like because I had Io Sky, Mercedes, I had Rhea Ripley, I had Chris Statlander because she actually beat Tony Storm, so I thought that was pretty noteworthy. Tony Storm because I think she won last year for me, but like she's just
Yeah, she almost won twice.
yeah, she's such a she's such a constant, man. Like she's just so I don't know, like what like that
Good.
whole gimmick. Yeah, the word the her promos and stuff. Like she can do Tony Storm type promos, and yeah, just a constant. Like she's just like the best. And Naomi, like I fucking love Naomi, and then she had to have a kid. Like congrats to her. But I thought she was gonna have a generational run. You know, and when she comes back, I think she will. So, but I have to give it to Io Sky this year. I think
Damn,
Io
you
Sky.
you said all these names. You're like, yeah, you know what, Io Sky.
Oh, did I not say Io Sky?
I don't.
I
Did you
thought
bring
that's the
her
first
up?
name I named it.
Oh, maybe.
Well, she was on
no.
the first of my list. If I didn't, my bad. But she was on my list. So Io Sky is my female wrestler of the year. I mean, again, like probably the best run of the year in terms of like, yeah, I mean, like popularity. Like she's just been so likable. The Team Rio stuff, and they're gonna be in my contender for match of the year. I'll let you guys know when we get to it. But like just a great run this year. Like it was unexpected to me too. I thought she was going to drop the belt before WrestleMania. She retains, has a great run, maintains her kind of level of popularity all year long, consistently entertaining, consistently putting out great matches. So I give it to Io Sky for 2025. Chris, what about you?
Tony is my 2-time female wrestler of the year champ because I mean consistent. Her in-ring work is good, but most of all, I am sports entertained by her for sure. As far as like a company who thrives on like, you know, wrestling and all this stuff, like her character specifically, very entertaining. So and she's doing the tag team stuff now with Mina Shirakawa. But yeah, I mean anything she touches is gold. So I'm gonna have to say Tarney Storm.
Tiny.
Tarney.
Yeah, I mean, like a great pick. I agree. And for me, Mercedes was a close second just because of the run she had with all these belts. I mean, that's newsworthy in and of itself, and
Yeah,
that
she
doesn't
was on
happen
there
every
too.
day. So Mercedes close second, but I got to give it to Io Sky. So this one is a bit harder for me. The tag team of the year.
Oh, I know the answer
So-
to this one.
So duo of best chemistry, match quality. Honestly, I had FTR, I had Young Bucks on there because they were consistently
That's the only
entertaining.
answer.
I had AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, and I had Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. And I think I'm gonna give it to Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss
Get the fuck out of here.
as the tag team of the year. I'm sorry, but I feel like last year there was a conversation about the WWE women's tag team division not being as elevated, and I think this year they're doing a really good job actually putting a focus on it with all these tag teams that they've had and actually making feuds specifically for tag teams. So I feel like Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss were an important part of it. And I know everyone else is going to be focusing on male tag teams. So I wanted to put in some diversity in here. So I wanted to.
Sausage
but again,
party.
Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron
Oh yeah, I mean
also
like
deserve a spotlight too.
yeah, which is
But
cool.
they just got tag team titles
They'll
like
be
what 2-3 months
2026.
ago, something like that. So I'm gonna wait for them. Yeah, I'm probably gonna give them for 2026. And then okay, so these are honorable mentions: Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale for like Women of the Year. I mean, I think Harley Cameron has had a great year too, and her and Willow together have been fantastic. And I think Harley Cameron, if she ever goes to WWE, I think she'll be golden because she is also such a great, versatile wrestler. Like she's just entertaining as shit. She can be put in any kind of situation. She can be serious. She can have her hand stuck up a Muppet's ass. It doesn't matter. She is very entertaining. But I got to give it to Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. I really enjoyed. I didn't think it would work, but I think their team together was really entertaining to me. They've been consistent. They helped elevate the women's tag team division WWE. So I got to give it to Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss. Chris, I think I already know what you were going to say, but you tell me.
Young Bucks, baby. Because when I want to watch, like, people like have an issue with like spots and they call it spot fest, but if I want spot fest, it has to be in tag team matches because you got 4 motherfuckers getting in the ring, and the Young Bucks, I think they always find some creative way to do, their moves or use their environments, and then, or whatever the situation is in that specific match. Like the Anarchy and the Arena stuff was insane. But just generally overall, I think they themselves are a very good and consistent, I guess that's her favorite word tonight, tag team. So I think they deserve their flowers because, every time they had a match this year on all those AW pay-per-views, so I was like, this is an entertaining match. This is the one I remember, so.
Rod and Todd.
Yeah, Rod and Todd.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, like consistency is the name of the game, but like the entertainment has been like consistent for them throughout the whole year. Like just the whole, like they lost their EVP role. And just rolling with like coming out to insert name here type graphics,
all that stuff. The broke, like they got no money stuff. I mean, every time that stuff was happening, I was laughing. That stuff was fun.
Yeah, and the Elite reunion. I mean, that's great. Yeah, why not? So like they had a full year of development, and that's why I think they're up there. David, what about you? Who's your tag team of the year?
The Hurt Syndicate.
Hurt Syndicate. Yeah,
True.
Fair. I didn't have them on my list, but I mean, they
hurt people.
Literal champions.
Literal people. So, why the Hurt Syndicate?
They hurt people.
That's it.
Point blank, period, end of story. They hurt people.
8-month run with the title.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, 8-month run.
They're you guys like Private Party, squash. Oh, you guys like insert tag team here.
God,
that doesn't work for me, brother. Oh, you want me to put someone over?
They started getting Hogan allegations that they don't want to put people over because they're just so damn good at winning.
Yeah. I think they had like they were supposed to lose to Forbidden Door, or they're like, we're not putting anyone over, brother.
Right.
It doesn't work for me.
None of these Japanese people. I don't even know who they play. Who do they have a match with?
They ended up losing Forbidden Door with, what was that, The Demand and Brodito?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean that's another tag team I didn't put in there. Brodito. But they deserve a spot. All right. Let's move on to the next one with match of the year. The one match that everyone needs to see from 2025. Did I go first? I went first last time, right?
Yeah.
But here. David did. Yes. You're right. You're right.
I did.
Okay, so match of the year.
No, I just went last.
All right. You're right.
Just said it hurt people.
All right, well, Chris, what's your match of the year? Because I think I went first last time.
Moxley Page at All In Texas.
Why is that? Alexis, Texas?
Because I mean, it was the crescendo of that feud, and I think it was a nice, like, because I mean, Moxley was carrying that damn belt in that briefcase for like a freaking year, whatever it was. And just that moment where he opens it, he has the belt. He freaking hung this dude off the chain.
That was a pop. That was
mean,
a pop right there.
It was perfect. It was a chef's kiss moment. So definitely the match of the year for me.
Yeah, I mean, like it is on my list up there.
Triple threat with women's too is my runner up with Rhea, Io, Bianca, I think.
Oh, okay, yes. So Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. That's on my list. Hangman versus Moxley at All In. I had Punk versus Gunther. I mean, like, also that match was great, but also just the memeable, like him raising the belt and he hears Seth Rollins' theme song as Punk is holding the belt, and then he drops the crutches, and then he fucking gets cashed in and loses. I mean, that was iconic. And then like any Takeshita versus Ospreay match, I think there was one at the beginning of the year. So that was up there. But I think I will say it's Io Sky versus Ripley versus Bianca Belair because and again, it just goes off of like, what am I feeling? Like, what is sticking in my brain the entire year? Or what do I go back to if I think of like great matches? And that one just keeps coming back for me personally. So I have to say that triple threat match. And again, I don't know what I was expecting, but like as it kept going, I'm like, holy fuck, this is a really good match. And by the time the match ended, that feeling never left either. And you know, even weeks after, I'm like, damn, that's a really good match. And that's why Io Sky was my women's wrestler of the year, and that's also why it's my match of the year. If I know that people have had issues with certain matches on WrestleMania 41 and the finishes, but there are plenty of matches, and this one specifically, it might be that match of WrestleMania 41. It is for me because it's my match of the year. It was just like a great pacing, high intensity. I mean, great spots. I didn't expect Io Sky to retain. I mean, I don't think I'm going crazy. I don't think she lost. Just a great match. So that's my match of the year. David, what about you? What's your match of the year?
Cody Cena SummerSlam.
All right.
That is the best AEW match WWE has ever had.
Yes. Actually, that should have been on my list too. But man, sometimes it's hard to like think of an entire year and everything that's happened. But that is absolutely up there. Yeah, it was right. Like it was like a redemption basically from their first encounter at WrestleMania 41. So I agree with that. Any commentary you want to add to it? Is it so? It's the best AEW match WWE ever had.
Yeah, well, yeah, but also like with like the near falls and like the way they timed everything, like without the magnitude of all the other stuff, it like reminded me a lot of like Taker versus Shawn Michaels.
Yeah,
like the amount of like false finishes or like a New Japan, but since it's WWE, we'll like try to keep it in house and like, you know, like Taker Shawn, like Triple H Taker, like that type of level of like what is gonna happen.
I agree with that. And yeah, I mean, like I think that was probably Cena's best match, one of his best matches of his career, period.
Yeah,
and definitely this year, I think.
I think that will be in a debate of like 3 other matches, and it'll be like the Money in the Bank one.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe one with like Batista and another one that I can't think of.
Probably with Edge, TLC, 2006.
Was it that good?
I think so. You should watch it. Did you watch it?
I watched it and I don't remember. So
oh damn. Maybe we should do a rewatch of one of those matches.
I'm just gonna no sell it the whole time.
You're like, I was okay.
Start playing Pokemon on my phone or something. Like,
yeah. So that's a great match. I agree with that. And I don't know why I didn't add it to my list, but that definitely deserves a spot. So I want to move on to the event of the year. So the best overall pay-per-view or PLE. So WrestleMania, All In. I mean, you could say Wrestle Kingdom if you want to. Um, who went? Okay, so I went. David, did you go? I didn't. I don't think I asked you first yet. Did I? I don't think so.
Women's
Evolution.
Oh no, you're saying me
Oh
go
no.
first?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out because who went first in the match of the year?
I did, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess I could go then, right? I'm forgetting like who went first last time. So best overall pay-per-view PLE. So WrestleMania, All In, Wrestle Kingdom. So I had a couple, and there's some recency bias because I did put AAA Guerra de Titanes on there on my list, but I don't think it's going to be
What?
my
No.
PLE of the year. Racist. uh, So I also had WWE Evolution. I had Elimination Chamber, and partially it was because of the John Cena heel turn. I had Double or Nothing 2025, all in Texas, and yeah, that's about it. I thought about putting WrestleMania 41. Yeah, it'll be up there. But I think I'm gonna. Fuck. I had a decision and then I had to pause. Okay, so the thing that gave me the most visceral reactions. Fuck. It's like a couple of these. That's a couple of these actually.
Two from the hip.
All right, I'm gonna go with WWE Evolution because I think it was a consistent. Like they all had consistently great matches. I think Elimination Chamber, like the biggest moment of the year, and this will be later, is up there with the John Cena heel turn. But I think the Evolution pay-per-view, I think there's a couple of reasons why. Because I don't think Evolution was given the promotion that it needed to this year, and it was like 8 years in the making. They haven't, or 5 years in the making. They haven't had one since like 2018. So that's number one, and they put off a great match card regardless of the promotion that it got, and that's still like criminally underrated. Like there is this women's revolution, but there's still this kind of like sometimes it's on the back burner type of feeling with the women wrestlers and the tag team division, that kind of stuff. So they put on a hell of a show, and Naomi cashed in at the end, and that like popped me huge. So I am going to give Evolution the pay-per-view of the year. Close second, I'm going to say Double or Nothing because that was just pure chaos, entertaining top to bottom. But Chris, what do you think? PLE show of the year.
Double or Nothing. Where did I put it? Oh yeah, Double or Nothing. Because I just recently rewatched just to make sure it was like fire, and the crowd was like on point the entire time. And you know that if the crowd is hyped and they're like just maintaining it throughout the thing, like it just adds to the aura and the memory of that specific pay-per-view. Because there's been plenty of times where there's like good wrestling happening, but the crowd is just dead, and we're just we'll be sitting on the couch like, what the fuck's wrong with these people? Like why aren't they popping off? But yeah, Double or Nothing top to bottom. Because like WrestleMania, I'm just not a fan of 2-night WrestleManias. You know what I mean? And if they're thinking about doing a 3-night thing, like freaking kill me.
A week.
A week, yeah. Or they started doing SummerSlam 2 nights, right? Or
Yeah.
yeah. Like I hate that because it's just like it's so bloated.
2-night Rumble, yeah.
Oh
Not yet though. It's not happening yet.
Yeah.
But I could see it happening.
Yeah, bloated. So Double or Nothing, top to bottom, nice and condensed. Anarchy in the Arena highlight because let the bodies hit the floor. And you got Kenny just being like, play that shit. And I think like comparing it to the other Anarchy in the arenas, they did a really good job like jumping around to the different stuff that was actually happening and giving just enough time to like see the thing happen and then jumping over there, and it just felt really good. Swerve coming out for that match in like a Predator outfit. He had like the mask on and he had lasers and shit. That was cool. Ambulance match. Mark Briscoe had this like spot where he took Ricochet in like a headlock, and then he like sprayed his head and then like started wiping it like his dome. Like yes, that was funny. Hangman and Osprey. But yeah, it was that's my event of the year. Double or nothing.
Good pick. All right, David, you're up.
All in Texas.
Lexus, Texas. What'd you like about it?
The whole card just felt even just like the placing of that card was just like it was like the closest thing to perfect that like I've probably experienced in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like the crowd was like super into it. Like every match like truly felt like everybody involved like was putting their best out. Not that that doesn't happen in WWE, but like since All In and All Out are kind of like the two big ones for AEW, like it was a clear like WrestleMania feel, like energy wise, like it felt like a Mania.
Yeah.
It also gave me like a lot of like whenever you like look back at like old like festivals from like the 80s or 90s where it's like like 4 or 6 hours of just like nonstop like reaction and like just energy. Definitely gave like a lot of those vibes. Like even when I was watching a lot of the matches, I'd like catch myself getting like lost looking into the crowd and like just seeing everybody on their feet. And like even just like everybody got a pop in their intros, like all the vibes.
It was great. I mean, Tony Storm,
immaculate.
Mercedes. I didn't put that on my list, but I think it should be match of the year.
That was a great
too.
match, yeah.
Yeah. So great pick. All right, we're gonna do one more with explanations, and then I think I'll do lightning round. If you want to explain it, great. If you don't want to, sure, that's fine too. And you can just throw them out there because I know we're gonna approach 2 hours. So all right, where am I? All right, storyline of the year. The most interesting story for you this year. The narrative that basically had you the most emotionally invested. Who went first last time? David, how about you? I don't think I asked you first.
I will go with Death Riders.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Any specific reason? This isn't the flash round yet.
they just like the whole keeping the belt away thing, like the just like like everybody else, trying to stop them, like the fallout of like losing the title, the Darby stuff, even like the stuff going on now. Made Sting come back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
False retirement.
Yeah.
That's a good one. And yeah, like I said, like I think it had some
turbulence.
First half of the year was a little turbulence, and then I think it found its footing in the second half. So for me, I had a couple. I did have Death Riders on there and their takeover. I had Bloodline Civil War 2.0. So that was up there. I thought that was still interesting. I had Who Attacked Jade Cargill because I thought that was interesting. And we all assumed it was Naomi. And then when it actually happened, that did pop me that she started being the shadow Naomi. And Bianca Belair is just in there like, no! AJ Lee returning and the AJ Punk, Seth, Becky story, that whole thing. That's got to be up there for me. I mean, we were at SmackDown. That can't not be up there for me. I gotta say the Cena retirement tour this year. I know it had its ups and downs, but I mean it's historic. It made me emotional. It was probably one of the biggest things I was invested in this year. And I think it was the only story in wrestling that made me tear up. So, I mean, I got to give the Cena retirement tour the story of the year. Um, Chris, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, it was a tie between Death Riders and Cena, but I'm gonna have to say Cena as well. Yeah, I mean, just because, yeah, pure emotion. That's the main thing. Is like, what am I feeling? But I might have not been sad with like Adam Page, but it was definitely, there was like a just a hell yeah. I just kind of like, you just felt that in your
Like we
throat.
won.
Yeah, like we won it finally. Like it's like, get that shit out of that damn briefcase. It was just a lot of good moments that made it like very joyous. So, but I guess I would say the Cena match as well, or the retirement tour.
And I guess I should also throw in like it was like the first half of the year, but I mean the Tony Storm, Mariah May like blowout at Revolution. I mean that was also that's why AW was probably promo of the year because they had so many like great like match blow offs and like stories like that. So that was great. Even with some like I said, like some weird start and stops, but like Tony Storm, Mariah May, like that was special. All right, this will be lightning round. So explanation is optional. So promo of the year. Who do you feel like cut the one interview or segment that gave you chills? I um I think CM Punk with Seth Rollins. Uh, Eddie Kingston, but I'm gonna give it to Naomi and her confession on the video promotion. And I've already talked about this on a previous episode, but like it's like sometimes when you have a promo and then you're just like, "Fuck, yes, 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 I believe you. Yes, I'm invested. Yes, I've never felt this about Naomi before." If you can check all those boxes, I think you did a promo that is worthy of promo of the year. So her heel turn explanation of being overlooked for shiny new toys. I mean, it was fantastic. So when she like I was happy for her when she was pregnant, but I was I wasn't like so upset or devastated, but I was just like, man, like you had a great fucking character and you're about to have a great run. So I'm just looking forward to her coming back next year. But Naomi's confession for me. Chris, promo of the year.
I'd just say the interactions between Swerve and Adam Page. So
Okay.
yeah, just I feel like every time they talk to each other, or if they're just like in the ring speaking, from their soul, like you can feel that, and they're really good at that. They're very good at purveying with like emotion, right? So yeah, I would say those guys anytime they have the microphone. CM Punk,
Okay.
sure, but I would say since I've already been AEW meat riding, we're going Hangman and Swerve.
All right. David, promo of the year.
Breaker's first one on Punk.
Yeah.
When he was like, "Oh, since you can't congratulate, since you say, oh, maybe soon you could cut the mic with the big boys."
Yeah, that's a really good one. And again, it's like we're recording this like mostly with December done, but I mean World's End and all that. Like there could still be some matches of the year and promos of the year happening the last 2 weeks. But yeah, I mean talk about like coming out, in the fourth quarter. What a great promo. Like that was absolutely one of the promos of the year. And I didn't put on it, but it should be up there. All right, Aura Awards. Let me explain this. Someone who feels like the biggest star the moment their music hits. So I had Jacob Fatu on there, Roman Reigns, Gunther, and CM Punk. And I am gonna go with Roman Reigns. The aura off. I think there's like a handful of people like if they're in 2025, if their song hits, the crowd collectively blows a load. You know what I mean? Like there's only so many people. So I gotta say Roman Reigns. Chris Aura Award. Who's got you hear that song? Fucking Aura Chief.
Uh, I mean, Cena was 2025, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I'd throw Kenny in there, and I would throw Swerve in there.
Okay. David?
Uh, I'm leaning towards Obafemi because I'm really surprised at the reaction he got at Saturday night. Like, I knew people were gonna know him, but it's like they really knew him.
Yeah.
They
And same with
did,
the SmackDown
yeah.
before.
Yeah, and that's not just like a coincidence too. It's like he's been mostly in NXT and like those smaller crowds, but like yeah, like you said, SmackDown and at Madison Square Garden. I mean that's an aura right there if there is one. Like 2 years in, 3 years in, and you're getting that kind of reaction. I mean, I think that's aura right there. Okay. Gimmick of the year, the most successful character reinvention or new persona or a persona that's just been working for you this year. So I got Timeless Tony Storm, heel John Cena. I put in there because it was so unique and love it or hate it. That's why it's up there. Um, that's about it. That's what I had. I Oh no, actually no, I'm missing one. Proceed with caution, Naomi. She should be up there too. Um, fuck. I'm just gonna keep giving Naomi your flowers. I'm gonna give it proceed with caution gimmick. Um, great stuff. No notes. Chris?
I didn't study for this test. Probably Tony. I mean, if like
Tony?
something, just because like when something like pops up in my head, like memorable, like yeah, like Tony Storm to me,
Yeah.
I'd say she'd be on there for sure. We're going
Whatever
with
comes
Tony.
to your mind. Yeah, I mean she's up there. David, gimmick of the year.
Dom.
Tom.
True.
That's a good one. Honestly, I don't know if it's gimmick of the year, but I would also give it to Mr. Iguana too, because he's had a pretty good like breakout year as a
Yeah, true.
gimmick. Like he's been in AAA, but like then he got introduced to like a wider audience, and now you have like fucking Mr. Iguana like plushies and
Yes,
stuff that sell
yeah.
out. Yeah, so I feel like that's got to be up there. Um breakout star of the year. So person who started the year, maybe in the mid card or NXT, Ring of Honor, and ended it like up there. So I feel like there's quite a bit of people. And you mentioned Obafemi. He was actually on my list here. And I also put Stephanie Vaquer, Tiffany Stratton, and Kyle Fletcher has had a really great year. I don't think any of us have mentioned Kyle Fletcher, but he's had a pretty damn great year. So I think I have to give it to. All right. Well, I've been writing WWE, so I'm going to give it to Kyle Fletcher as a breakout star of the year. I think he's been having a great run. David, what do you think? Breakout star.
Breaker.
Yeah, that's true. It's in the name.
This time last year, he was feuding with the IC title,
Yeah, I think so.
and
Yeah.
now
And now he's about to wrestle
start
CM
next
Punk
year.
for the World Heavyweight Championship on the
Right.
first Raw of Netflix. So that's
He
a
got in a
breakout
group
star.
with Rollins, kicked him out the group.
Kicked him out, or well, I mean, he's got injured. I don't know if did they kick him out? Yeah, I guess they did.
And they scared the hell out of him.
Yeah, and cut one of the promos of the year and was wrestling CM Punk in the main event of Raw. So that's a breakout for sure. Chris?
Female Harley Cameron, and then male Takeshita.
Okay. You think Takeshita was a breakout star?
I think
feel
so.
like he's been up there.
I feel like he had more momentum. I think this year.
He got that IWGP heavyweight title now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Feud of the year. Best rivalry, regardless of whether the matches were 5 stars or not. I had a couple. Punk versus Rollins was up there. Page versus Hangman Page versus like basically a good chunk of the roster in the first half when he was kind of being an asshole and he was doing his reconciliation with everybody. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes was up there because I thought it was interesting, like the whole build up heel turn and then didn't work out. Even it wasn't as great, but I still thought it was intriguing. Swerve versus I think Moxley. Punk versus Rollins versus Reigns, so that three-way, and Mariah May versus Tony Storm in their last bout. I'm gonna give it to shit. I think I'm going to give it to Cena versus Rhodes because even if 41 wasn't great, I will agree with David that the SummerSlam blowout was pretty awesome. So I'm going to give it to them. I think like the heel turn, even if it didn't turn out great, that was probably the most newsworthy story in wrestling in the whole year. And that kind of fueled it. So even if it wasn't 5 stars or what I thought of, it was definitely up there. So I'm going to give it to them. Chris, feud of the year?
Hangman versus the World, baby.
The World. Okay. David?
Punk Rollins.
Punk Rollins. Yeah, I mean, that. I feel like Cody versus Drew is going to be like the Peter Griffin chicken thing, too. Like it's going to be going into next year.
That cash in.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean like that was like the peak, right? Um let's see. Let me move to the worst ones. I don't think we've done worst yet. So, biggest fumble. So, storyline or wrestler that creative completely messed up. Biggest fumble of the year. So, I had a
Scene.
couple. So I actually had R-Truth returning. He had that serious promo, and then after 1 week, they literally dropped it. Cena, The Rock, and Travis Scott, of course. The New Day turned heel in December of last year, and I think that was one of the best heel turns ever. And then they fumbled in 2025 because it didn't go anywhere. MJF and the Hurt Syndicate kind of they did the thumbs up, thumbs down, thumb up your ass kind of stuff for a while. And then you're in the team, and then you were out of the team, and then there wasn't really much to it. So I thought that was kind of a fumble. Honestly, I think the thing that pissed me off the most was probably the New Day heel turn fumble. So I'm going to give it to them because they turned heel in December of last year, and I thought that was one of the most interesting things. It was a reinvention of a team that's been around for almost 20 years. They give them a heel turn, and they really do. They've had like entertaining stuff with like the big ass hats and the funeral and all that kind of stuff, but like I felt like the Big E stuff, they could have done more with that, and I felt like that was a fumble. So I'm giving Papa H the fumble of the year with the New Day. Chris, fumble of the year?
Yeah, Cena, Travis Scott, fucking Rock, all that shit. Because I mean, if I feel like the hype behind that was so high, and then it's just like, okay, sizzled out real quick.
Yeah.
Into whatever that heel turn wound up, and then that just made that heel turn just stink because it's just like, all right, whatever. He's just in his feelings about shit, and the crowd sucks and whatever.
Right. David?
It's Rock and Trav.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it could have been so much more, and I don't think Travis Scott was necessary. And then he kind of he was just kind of there, like he was a focal point for some reason. There was no real explanation or anything. It just kind of sucked.
I mean, what was the finger shit? What was he counting down to? It was like 3, then 2 at some point.
Right.
Is there any explanation of that?
Well, people thought it was
cut last October.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there was one, but I think they were saying like, oh, he eliminated this person, he eliminated this person. That's why he was counting down. But at the end of the day, it didn't lead to anything. So I guess it didn't matter, really. That was that's the fumble.
Like The
Um,
Rock says, it doesn't matter.
Right.
yeah, it doesn't matter, baby. The worst match of the year. Do you guys have any? I did put John Cena, Cody Rhodes 41. Like they had the best match of the year, but they also had the worst match of the year. It was like there were so many other great matches at WrestleMania 41, and then just like people were waiting for something to happen. And of course, it's our fault for assuming there was, but it's also WWE's fault for planting the idea of The Rock being there because they gave us The Rock at Elimination Chamber and at Bad Blood and Survivor Series and all that kind of shit. And Triple H was like, long-term storytelling. We're cooking, let him cook. So you're being told that there is going to be a payoff, and then Travis Scott shows up. People are waiting for The Rock to show up. Doesn't show up, and then that was it. John Cena wins. He wins the 17th title. That was nice to see, but you know, it didn't meet anybody's expectations. So that's my worst match of the year. Chris, I gotta pee, so you explain while I go.
Yeah, what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just
All right, the inmates are running
My
the
turn.
asylum. Your
My
turn.
turn.
Your turn.
What you guys said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that just wasn't good. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I would say I would even, to be honest, I would throw the Gunther match in there as far as like quality. I'm just like, match was fine, but I respect the decision that happened, but I think the match itself was like pretty whatever. And I'd probably throw the that Cody Cena match in there. Is mine.
yeah. But yeah. Definitely that.
Yeah. He didn't even wash his hands.
Smell his
Yeah, I
fingers.
did.
uh,
I sure did. So,
yeah,
Chris, who was
wash
it?
it with your piss. Nah. I was debating between the Cena Cody, or also Cena and Gunther. I thought the match was
Okay.
mid. And then David
I
said what
wouldn't
I
say that.
said.
I
Cena
said Cena
Gunther.
Cody.
Yeah. I feel like that's just like everyone just had these expectations, and it's just such a visceral, like, no, none of that happened. Like I don't think Cena versus Gunther was the worst match of the year. Again, like it was good. Like I thought the pacing was great, and it just ended how they wanted to end it, so I wouldn't put it up there. But I do think there was a lot of expectations, and based on how Triple H booked in the previous year for that one specifically, is why it's up there. It's just disappointed a lot of people. Um, how about all right? So I'll have a mark out moment of the year, and then I want to see what your 2026 one to watch is. So we kind of talked about breakout star, but I want to see like who else do you feel like you're betting on the house for next year. Um, so mark out moment, like the one surprise return that made you scream like a kid. AJ Lee returning on SmackDown. That was my mark out moment of the year. Me and David were there, of course, so that kind of added to it. But I loved AJ Lee when she was here, and just hearing the crowd reaction, just seeing her back in person, not missing a beat. I mean, that made me feel like a kid, and that's not always, that's sometimes a rarity in wrestling. So that really made me mark out personally. Um, David, what about you? Any mark out moments this year?
I'm probably gonna say that Cena Sammy match from the same night.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
Because like out of all the matches that like Cena's had or like that I've watched, like it was really nice to see it live, like him have like a style match that a lot of people swear he can't have.
Yeah.
And then like apparently it was pretty commercial heavy if you weren't there. So you didn't
Yeah.
get to see a lot of chain wrestling and things like that come out of John Cena. And then
Yeah.
Brock came out and kicked his ass.
It was a series of crazy events.
And if I get slack for saying I marked out for Brock, sorry guys. But I definitely marked out for Brock.
Chris, what about you? Mark out moment of the year?
I mean, hearing Drowning Pool during a wrestling match. So I'm gonna have to say that Anarchy in the Arena, just that whole thing. Because the second that song hit, I was like, oh yeah, here we go, we cooking now, baby.
Yeah,
We cooking with
I will
peanut
say,
oil.
I will say, like the heel turn. Like I said, John Cena's heel turn again in a vacuum, though. You're watching Elimination Chamber and you see that happen. There's no way you did not feel like you were going crazy and screaming like a schoolgirl, because that shit's fucking crazy. You just saw John Cena turn heel. So like a mark out moment of like that specific moment was amazing. Regardless of what happened after, like that was a great moment, I thought. And it will forever be like a crazy WWE moment. So I got to give an honorable mention to John Cena turning heel. All right, last one. So the 2026 one to watch. So who do you feel like you're betting the house on for next year? So I did have a list. I did have Obafemi. I also said Jordan Grace is going to be big next year. Dominic Mysterio, I said, was going to be even bigger. But I also want to put in Natty Neidhart in here because I think she's building a really good character, and she's building it in AAA and other promotions right now. Not WWE yet, but they've had these vignettes with her and Maxine Dupree doing these things, and I hope that Natty Neidhart gets another great run in her Natty Neidhart character, because again, like I said, I think she deserves it. I think she's great. I think she's been underutilized. As in the sense of like she's obviously elevated other people, and there was this great sign at a AAA show that said Natalia elevates, Natty decimates, and I think that should be like her gimmick, and she deserves it. Again, like I feel like she deserves it so much. She's been like the one like diva female wrestler, whatever you want to call it, that I just felt like I always really enjoyed, and I always felt like they need to do more with her. And I hope that in 2026, how she beat the house in her book with her family, I hope that I'm betting the house on her having a successful 2026. So that's mine. David, who are you betting the house on for next year? Who's the one to watch in 2026?
Breaker.
Breaker, yeah, he's probably gonna start the new year being champion. So, and probably go into WrestleMania as champion. Although I would like to see CM Punk win in Chicago in Elimination Chamber, but who knows what's gonna happen. But that's a good one. Chris?
I was gonna say Natty as well, but probably also LA Knight, and then Will Ospreay most likely whenever he comes back from his neck surgery injury thing.
Yeah, that's a good one. I don't know how serious his neck injury is, but I do miss Will Ospreay, and I hope that he comes back sooner than later. But yeah, again, like I would love Natty to defy the odds and just get a great run like Naomi did. Like I feel like everyone from that area, because Naomi's from that era too, being a Funkadactyl, and then just like Total Divas and, you know, getting 2 minutes a match, and then she goes to TNA, or she was in WWE for a while, you know, becomes WWE Women's Champ. She's part of the Revolution, but she still isn't like she has the glow stuff, but it's still like she's up there, but she there was nothing like what she did this year, honestly. Like, she had her TNA run too, but there was nothing like what she did this year, I feel like. So I want Natty to get the same kind of treatment in 2026. But honestly, yeah, like, I know people said this year sucked, but there's been a lot of great stuff this year. You know, I think you just have to kind of take a step back and reflect. And I think 2026, hopefully it's going to be great. Hopefully it'll give us another year to discuss, you know, stories and matches and everything that we love about wrestling. But that's a wrap for this episode of the Chi-Town Shoot podcast. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, rate us, and leave your feedback. Tune in next time for more Wrestling Madness. Until then, keep marking out, and Happy New Year.